He said he'd love me forever, but forever turned into a punchline the moment I stood at the altar, bouquet trembling in my grip, waiting for a man who never showed. Whispers ricocheted through the pews, and then my maid of honor, my best friend since childhood, stood up, cheeks flushed, and followed a text out the back. Minutes later, someone gasped. My fiancé and she were caught kissing in the church parking lot, her dress hiked up and his hands all over her like I never existed. The guests stared at me, pity thick as the perfume in the air, but I couldn't move, couldn't scream, just stood there feeling hollow. Then the best man, who'd barely spoken to me in the weeks leading up to the wedding, walked straight down the aisle, his face unreadable, and pressed a crumpled envelope into my palm. Inside was a plane ticket to Paris, leaving tonight, and a scrawled note, "I've loved you since the first rehearsal. Let's run away before you start to believe you're unworthy." He looked at me, eyes full of something I'd never seen in my fiancés, desperation, hope, maybe guilt. My heart was racing, not from love but from the shock of it all, because the truth was, I'd always wondered what it would feel like to be chosen by someone who wasn't duty-bound to love me. I stumbled outside, the sound of my guests' gossip chasing me, and found my ex-fiancée and maid of honor arguing in the lot. She was crying, mascara streaked, and he was already texting someone else. I realized in that moment that neither of them ever really saw me, not as a lover, not as a friend, just as someone convenient to orbit until something better came along. The best man's car was already running, headlights pointed at the open road. I glanced at the ticket, the city I'd always dreamed of, and suddenly I wanted to claw out of my own skin and become someone reckless. So I got in the car. I left my old life in a pile of broken glass and white chiffon in the church parking lot. The best man didn't say anything as we sped away, and I didn't ask if his love was real or just another escape. But as the city lights faded and the silence thickened, I realized the real betrayal wasn't theirs, it was mine, for staying in a story where the ending was always going to be heartbreak. Maybe Paris would give me answers, or maybe it would just give me distance. Either way, I was finally running towards something instead of away.